see an L575. Used to be a daily local train that would run on the Dearborn sub in Dearborn, Michigan to head towards Sug Island on the Flatlock sub. Most of the days that he would have a bunch of loads, and sometimes that he wouldn't have too many loads back for Dearborn. But some days that he would. In August 14th, 2024, I decided to come into the Dearborn area and the Downriver to chase some trains on the Arch line and Flatlock sub, or whatever trains that we can get. In the meanwhile, we made our way to the Flatlock sub and we caught our eye to see 575 to come back south. So I basically got out of the car and took a short video of it. In today's video, we will be chasing L575 around the Downriver area and the Metro Detroit. So let's get started here in Wyandotte, Michigan. This would be the first time that we would see L575. On March 5th, 2025, I decided to come back to the Dearborn and Downriver area to shoot L575 again. At this time, we end up making it in Taylor after departing from Flatlock to head back to the Dearborn area. The leader would be a CN-SD40X Grand Trunk and Western SD40 5933 in the lead to head back north. But today they would have only 25 loads back from Sug Island to Dearborn. So that kind of means that they don't have much load and the train will be abolishing soon. On this day, it was kind of backlit for 575 to head back north, so I didn't get any pictures. I only just got a simple video of this train. So, after catching this train, I decided to leave from Taylor to head back south. So, this will be the final time that I would see 575 for now. On July 1st, 2025, I decided to wake up at 5 a.m. sharp to head to the Dearborn and the Downriver area. This time we're on the Dearborn sub, chasing L575 again. I've been told that there would be an SD70 IC leading, but what I see is a Grand Trunk Jeep leading the way southbound. After making it to Dearborn within 7 minutes before the train got here, I wasn't expecting seeing 575 to depart this early, so the chase is on. We made it to Goddard Road Crossing within 3 minutes before the train ended up rounding the corner just north of us, and then 2 minutes later the gate started to go down and the train blew for the Goddard Railroad Crossing in Taylor.
trickier this morning since I'm going from here to Penford within 4 minutes. They're going 10 miles per hour, so we'll make it to Penford for sure. Alright, let's head over there.
After getting the train over Goddard Road Crossing, we made it to Superior Road Crossing within a minute to spare before the gates going down and the train going over the diamond at Penford Junction. After getting the train at Superior Road, we made it to Wyandotte within an hour. The train ended up stopping over in Flatlock for a train that was going into Flatlock Yard. So we made it here and we saw Trent 3 going north after working around Trenton. So we waited for an hour before we saw a headlight from the south, and that means 575 was making his way to Sog Island. After catching 575 in Wyandotte, we knew it was going to be a while for it to come back south. So, we got some breakfast and then came back to the MA2 signals for the southbound arrival. And we waited and waited till I got info about E251 was coming out of Flatlock to head north for Battle Creek, Michigan. And that'll have a Jiva leaning and then a SD70IC Illinois Central trailing. Yeah, it's trailing back for Battle Creek, which means it's going back to the Chicago area. Yay! As I wanted to see that on 575 today, but it's whatever. The previous night before, the IC was leading on R986, which is a Dearborn to Flatlock, and I'm pretty sure it goes back to Flatlock after working. And then they probably put a different unit on the R986, heading back for Dearborn. So, that's the reason why the IC is now on E251 for Battle Creek and then heading back to Homewood, Illinois. E251 was going into emergency in the siding north of me. So, the train was crawling, and I thought the train was gonna block me from the other side since my car was on the other side. It wasn't, thankfully. But E251 did stop, like shortly after the crossing that passed me. So, I came back to MA2, waited for 2 hours, and then seen that 575 was coming back south with at least 7 loads back for Dearborn. With 70 loads with a Jeep. Oh boy, that's gonna be rough for 575's crew.
Don't worry, I'll get you out.
After the lead locomotive on 575 cleared the signal, I got clouds blocking the sun, so we got pretty lucky with sun coverage here at the MA2 signal. After catching the whole train at the MA2 signals and the spot on the Flatlock sub, I came to a 4th Street crossing just west of there to get a bridge shot by the Tractor Supply and by the Taco Bell. So I made it there within 20 minutes to spare before the train even got to 4th Crossing and here. Yeah, I know, I got crowd crapped on that shot, but it's whatever. I at least got MA2 signals on that train, but it's whatever. In the near future, I'll be able to shoot 575 again if it does come back, or 573 at MA2.
Yeah.
Anyway, this will be the final time that we would see 575 forever, actually, because after I count this train here by the Tractor Supply, the train would be heading north, and I did not want to head all the way back to Dearborn and chase the train again to the destination. So I ended off here by the Tractor Supply and basically called off to chase here. We did have a very lovely time chasing 575, but it was already god-awful hot, and plus I wanted to get some food in me, since we didn't eat much breakfast this morning, and plus the west of the chase going back north was going to be backlit anyway. So I did not want to take that risk and basically just end it here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time in the Mid-State or the Buckeye State Whales.